ora! Welcome to the third lesson in pronouns in Māori. Today, we're going to learn how to include more than one name in a sentence. We've already learned how to say, Maria is a teacher. He kaiako a Maria. If we wanted to say, Maria and Anna are teachers, we have to use the plural pronouns. We'll start with the pronouns for them, which are rāua, which means those two, and rātou, which means them, for three or more people. To add ana to the sentence, he kaiako a Maria, and say, Maria and Anna are teachers, we maintain the entire original sentence. At the end, we say the pronoun that explains how many people we're speaking about in total. In this case, we're speaking about two people, so we say rāua. To add the other name, we say ko, and then we put the name itself. He kaiako a Maria rāua ko Anna. Maria and Anna are teachers. To speak about even more people, the first thing that we have to do is change rāua to rātou to show that we're speaking about more than two people in total. To add the other names, we continue with ko and each name. He kaiako a Maria rātou ko Anna ko Rewi. Maria, Anna and Rewi are teachers. We can keep saying ko and a name no matter how many times. This could result in a very long sentence. To shorten it, we can use the word mā in place of the other names. He kaiako a Maria rātou mā. Maria and the others are teachers. He kaiako a Maria rātou ko Anna mā. Maria, Anna and the others are teachers. Rātou indicates that we're talking about more than two people, even though we only say one or two names. All right, let's look at two more pronouns. Kōrua, which means you two, and koutou, which means you all, for three or more people. Tākuta means doctor. He tākuta kōrua. You two are doctors. If we want to say, you and Anna are doctors, we say, he tākuta kōrua ko Anna. Kōrua already includes you or koe, the person that you're speaking to. So, koe isn't necessary. If we want to add more names, we have to use koutou to indicate that we're talking about more than two people in total. After that, we can put ko and the other names, just like when we use rātou. He tākuta koutou ko Anna ko Rewi. You, Anna and Rewi are doctors. To shorten the sentence, or if we don't know all the names, we can use mā. He tākuta koutou ko Anna ko Rewi mā. You, Anna, Rewi and the others are doctors. Or simply, he tākuta koutou mā. You're all doctors. Mā, in this case, doesn't have to be used, but it can add emphasis. It's like the difference between you're doctors or you're all doctors in English. Let's practice a little before continuing with the pronouns for us. Imagine, you're talking to Maria. How do you say to her, Anna and Rewi are doctors? He tākuta Anna rāua ko Rewi. We're talking about those two, so we say rāhua. Still speaking to Maria, how would you say you, Ana, and Rewi are teachers? He kaiako koutou ko Ana ko Rewi. We're talking about you all and more than two people, so we say koutou. Okay, now we're going to look at the pronouns that mean us. If you haven't seen it already, please watch the second video about pronouns, which explains the different kinds of us before continuing, because it will be very difficult without that understanding. Tāhua means you and I. It's never necessary to say the names. Tātou means all of us. It includes the person or people who you're speaking to. If you wanted to include the names of others also, you could use tātou with ko. He kaiako tātou ko Rewi. You and I and Rewi are teachers. He kaiako tātou ko Rewi ko Adam. Us, Rewi, and Adam are teachers. We can use mā to shorten the sentence, or if we don't know all the names. He kaiako tātou ko Rewi mā. Us, Rewi, and everyone else are teachers. Or simply, he kaiako tātou mā. We're all teachers. It's not necessary to say mā in this case, but it's fairly common. It's like the difference between we're teachers and we're all teachers in English. It gives emphasis to the sentence. We'll finish with the exclusive forms of us. Māua, which means he or her and I, but not the person that you're speaking to, and mātou, which means us, three or more people, but not you. Roia means lawyer. Imagine that Maria is talking to the worker. She says, he roia māua. She and I are lawyers. He roia māua ko Ana. Anna and I are lawyers. He roia mātou ko Ana ko Rewi. Ana, Rewi and I are lawyers. With mātou, we can add more names with ko. We can also use mā to shorten the sentence, or if we don't know all the names. He roia mātou ko Ana ko Rewi ko Adam. Ana, Rewi, Adam and I are lawyers. He roia mātou ko Ana mā. Anna, I, and everyone else, but not you, are lawyers. He roia mātou mā. All of us, but not you, are lawyers. That's quite enough for today. It's a bit of a long lesson. But now you know how to use multiple names in a sentence in Māori. Ka kite!